I'm Lee Billingham. I'm the Director of Strategy and Energy Transition at the International Marine Contractors Association.
In your presentation at the OSJ Subsea conference, you talked about some of the options for vessel owners for decarbonisation. Could you elaborate, please, on some of the most viable options that are available now and could be in the future?
Sure, I talked about some short-term measures that our members are implementing just now. So these are things like gathering data that allow crews to make smart decisions on how to operate the vessel to reduce fuel consumption. But I also talked about some of the more substantive measures and technologies that are either available or are coming. So electrification is one example. Some of our members are already using batteries on hybrid vessels, and they are showing really good savings of, say, 10% of fuel. But also we're now looking at the possibility of full electrification for certain vessels where there is offshore charging available as well as onshore charging, and bringing the collaborating parties together across the entire supply chain.
And where does IMCA sit in all of this? What's its main role?
IMCA is a trade association. We have about 800 members, and most of those are vessel operating companies in the construction sector, the offshore construction sector. We see our role as bringing those companies together. Initially, it was to focus on safety, and actually still is. How do those companies work together to develop best guideline practices in the safety world and make operations safe and effective? Increasingly, though, we're seeing members ask us about how can we help with decarbonisation, and so we bring them together to share their experiences and develop ways and means and best guidance around how to decarbonise vessels moving forward.
And is there sufficient guidance, guidelines and standards out there for operating, say, batteries on these OSVs?
I think the short answer is no. The technology, as always, is moving quicker than the regulations and the standards are able to keep up. But I think we have a great culture of safety in our sector, so that helps guide a lot of what we do, and IMCA is certainly looking to help the sector move forward and collaborate to develop at least guidelines if it doesn't develop standards itself, which currently is with standardisation bodies.
And what does IMCA require of, say, the IMO, EU and other bodies?
Well, it would be great to develop the conversation with them so that we can portray just how important this sector is to realising clean growth ambitions. So that's the first stage. And then I think going forward, we're looking to advocate for certain helpful regulations. Our members are all for decarbonising where it makes sense to do so. They want to do that, but they need the regulatory framework to make smart decisions around investment. And so we'll be helping to shape the thinking around those. That's our ambition, at least with the IMO and the EU, and actually other governments as well.